The indications for a squat pivot transfer include the patient can weight bear safely through at least one lower extremity, and the patient has the ability to follow instructions and respond to cueing. All the guidelines included for the squat pivot transfer include planning what you want to do and how to do it. You must set up your environment first and obtain all essential equipment before the transfer. Remove all obstacles from the area where the transfer is going to occur. Explain the transfer to the patient and explain to anyone that's going to help you what is expected of them. What you need to know before the transfer occurs is to make sure the patient has non-slip footwear. The PT should also be wearing non-slip footwear. Use direct communication skills with the patient at all times, and make sure the patient has a gait belt on at all times. The blocking technique can also be used, where the PT blocks the patient's weaker side or involved side. This will decrease the chance of the patient falling. First, the PT will set up their environment by placing the wheelchair next to the mat where the patient will transfer off of. The PT will also make sure the brakes are locked at all times during the transfer. You can also remove the arm rail that is close to the patient so it's out of the way. Next, the PT will put the gait belt on the patient. This ensures safety throughout the transfer in case the patient falls. The patient should be wearing the proper footwear during this transfer. The patient should be in proper positioning. This includes the feet and arms and weight bearing. The feet can be staggered, and the weight should be on the sit bones with a symmetrical, erect trunk. The patient should also be at the edge of the mat. Now it's time for the transfer. As you can see, the PT is using the leg lock technique. The patient puts its arm on the other side of the wheelchair. The PT will use a 3-rock technique, which provides momentum for the patient to be able to transfer to the other side efficiently. The PT will provide the right amount of assistance so the patient is doing as much as they can, and the PT will be doing as least that they should. During the transfer, the patient should not stand up. They should stay in a squat position. Okay. This will decrease the amount of strength the patient needs in their lower extremities. Now watch some of these transfers happen from all different angles. Once the transfer is complete, the PT needs to make sure that the patient is in proper positioning in the wheelchair. This will decrease their chance of being injured while in the wheelchair, as well as decrease any pressure areas that can develop. Once the patient is in the wheelchair, the PT can now unlock the wheelchair and bring her to wherever he or she needs to go. Keep in mind that when the patient is progressing with their rehab, that you decrease the amount of assistance you give throughout the transfers. They can also do different transfers as they improve, such as the stand pivot transfer or the stand step transfer.